Very good afternoon to all of you, and very special greetings to our foreign guests and delegates. My task has been made very easy. The Secretary of the Department has rendered a very comprehensive, exhaustive discourse, leaving nothing for me. And the Honorable Minister, with his passion, mission, and commitment and direction, filled up the gap. So bureaucratically and politically, there is no space left for me. Honorable Minister, Union Minister for Jal Shakti, Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat ji, आपका नाम ही सब कुछ बताता है. Gaj is one who optimally uses water, does not waste even a single drop. And Indra, Honorable Prime Minister, when he introduced me, and when I occupied the chair of Chairman Rajya Sabha, the upper house, by virtue of being the Vice President of the country, he introduced me as Krashak Putra. किसान को पता है इंद्र का क्या मतलब है. We have Honorable Chief Minister Tripura. I have known him from before. A very nice man. Mr. Shah, our greetings to you. In Rajasthan, my home state. Deputy Chief Minister Karnataka, Shri D.K. Shivkumar. There are very few state-level politicians with national recognition. He is one of the very few. He should be personally obligated to ISRO, because when Chandrayaan 3 landed on moon, they had DK in mind, and it was Shiv Shakti point. I am sure as an individual, he should have no issue with it, and persuade others also not to have an issue with it. When history is scripted by visionary leadership of the Prime Minister and commendable work of our scientists, exemplifying excellence all through, we must be only in one mode of salutation and mode of greeting them. Srimati Usha Sharma, Chief Secretary, Government of Rajasthan. Friends, when I addressed on Civil Services Day, I said India is lucky. It has bureaucracy that is spinally very strong. They get into bureaucracy by taking the toughest examination on the planet. All that they need is, let us not tie baggage around their back when they are swimming. Now for last few years, they are having enough play in the joints, and the performance is for all to see. And the world is in absolute recognition of India's prowess. She represents the mighty Indian administrative service and bureaucracy. Honorable ministers from state, what I find in the audience, everyone is committed to the cause of the conference and is a critical, significant stakeholder in the assignment the conference has to address. I therefore, friends, take it as a great privilege to be in the esteemed gathering of experts, policymakers, stakeholders, academicians who have conversed to find a solution to enhance an issue which matters to humanity at large. The aspect which you will be deliberating has great contemporaneous relevance. Safe and secure dams ensure nation's prosperity. As a matter of fact, it is in the spirit of one earth, one family, one nation, one future. A nation has been conceived by us as a global entity. This, our civilizational essence, our age-old ethos, have now been conveyed to the world with greatest of acceptability in G20. International Conference on Dam Safety 2023, I can tell you, it has come not a day too soon. It's a turning around situation, a milestone achievement, breaking event for professionals across the nation and several countries joining hands. Friends, no one will disagree. Ad hoc solutions, individual-oriented solutions may be impactful, but the best solution is systemic. Systemic resolution, systemic conceptualization, systemic solutions are lasting. They are in public interest and they take us a long way. This conference will be addressing all these issues. The deliberations would certainly be productive and impactful. Exchange of ideas lead to innovation and out-of-box solutions. There is no substitute to a conference. Conference is a new method of learning. The best way to learn a subject is to teach. In the conference, you have people who will be teaching you, simultaneously being your students. So what you will take away from this conference will go a long way in furthering the cause you are addressing this day. Our capacity of Bharat to a big ticket accomplishments is now earning global kudos. Only last week, we had the World Bank president and his very significant observation. And what he said, India has achieved financial inclusion. And mind you, our diversity, our various regions, our population demographic component. And what does he say? India has achieved, I am quoting him, financial inclusion targets in just 6 years, which would otherwise have taken at least 47 long years. Can a country get such kind of a compliment and recognition from world's most significant expert body? This conference, therefore, is in a country and at a place where you can scale Himalayan heights. And I am sure it will happen. G20 was an occasion that has proved to the world that India, Bharat, is in defining moment of its glory in the current century. We have to shape it, and when Bharat takes lead, it is for the entire world. I would not indicate what other leaders said. I have had the occasion to interact with many of them. They talked out of conviction. But facts are for all to notice. It was just a decade ago. This country was taken. This country, 1/6 of humanity, was taken to be one of fragile 5. Brazil, Turkey, Indonesia, South Africa, and Bharat. The world at large was concerned. They were looking at these countries so that they could empower them. We have negotiated, friends, a decade with kind of success which was beyond our dreams and contemplation. In September 2022, Bharat became the fifth largest global economy. What a journey, traversing from fragile 5 to being world's fifth largest global economy. And in the process, we left behind whom? Those who ruled us for centuries. By turn of the decade, we'll be third largest global economy. But what you are doing at the moment, and your efforts are bound to succeed, these efforts will culminate not only in global growth of the situation, but in attainment of Bharat at 2047, being a global leader in economy at the world firmament. And that for sure is bound to happen. It was very pleasing for me, soothing for me, because the Honorable Minister has a mission, passion, commitment, and is good at execution. I am making reference to execution, Gajendra ji, in positive sense, because execution can have different variations. Just imagine vinyl wrapped pani ki rail. I had the occasion to flag it. And look at the names they have given. Kamakya is one. This speaks volumes. Thinking out of the box with innovation. And it is not flagging a conception, it is flagging execution. This novel and need of the times initiative, led by the National Water Mission and Ministry of Jal Shakti in collaboration with Ministry of Railways, will showcase, motivate, inspire significant water conservation projects reflecting the vision of the Prime Minister regarding community-driven water conservation and management. Let me tell you, friends, something that I faced. I was in London to attend the coronation of Charles as representative of the Government of India. Someone asked me, what were you talking with Charles when your wife was around and his spouse was also around? I said, while his consort was committed to certain public interest situation, my wife would force me, if I leave water on the dining table, she would force me to take water to my office, the same glass. Every drop matters. And therefore what the Honorable Minister said, and not only said, he is in execution mode. Jal Sanrakshan has to be Jan Andolan. इसके अलावा कोई उपाय नहीं है. Dams, if we look at it from a different perspective, are concrete and steel structures, but they are much beyond. Dams are monuments to human ingenuity, perseverance, and the spirit of cooperation. Historical aspect is that these have been central to economic, social, environmental development of nations across the globe. Dams act as guardians, and the Honorable Minister and the Secretary have indicated at length. I would not delve much into it, but they ensure water security to communities. They provide a steady supply for irrigation. And as I told you, Akrashak Putra will be extremely delighted because they take care of the sector to which I belong. My roots are there. And what is fundamental, more significant, important, by regulating the flow of water, dams stand as formidable barriers against the ravages of floods, safeguarding lives and property. We had the occasion at the beginning of this conference, a sad moment. We paid our tributes. We were in silence. And the recent flood ravages in Libya, created on account of certain situations, have led to loss of lives of over 5,000 people. a grim reminder, a writing on the wall of urgent need to globally address the issue. This gathering, this enlightened group is fully equipped to find a solution. Friends, in a sense, dams are the silent sentinels that ensure our access to the lifeblood of our planet, securing our present and future prosperity. Our civilization of Bharat, is the oldest in the world. It has thrived over thousands of years on the banks of rivers, drawing life and sustenance from their waters. Our Bharat thus has a deep-rooted connection with water management and dam construction. A reference was made both by the Secretary and the Honorable Minister. Kallanai, the Grand Anikat, an ancient dam constructed by Chola dynasty, and that was thousands of years ago, 2000 years, is still functional. It says two things. One, at that point of time in Bharat, we had the talent, expertise, mechanism to have a dam that could last for more than 2000 years. And therefore, time for us to focus with respect to that background. Friends, go to any modern aspect of life. You will find rich treasure in our ancient books. On every aspect. And ancient texts, including Vedas, Arthashastra, provide insights into this systemic and systematic management of water resources through the construction and maintenance of reservoirs and canals. Even look at Jaipur city, the Honorable Minister will tell you how things are done. He came to be applauded by one and all when there was a Bawdi, and that Bawdi was of 400 years old. He brought it to life. It became a great attraction. We have a number of them. I had personally spoken to him that he has to focus on dams, fine. But he has to focus at micro level on all water bodies. They are present in every village. We have a Supreme Court directive that a water body, if it is there once, it shall always be taken as water body, irrespective of whether there is water or not. That dilution is taking place. I think the essence of Supreme Court mandate needs to be put into execution. Kautilya in Arthashastra emphasized on the necessity to build dams and reservoirs to store the rainwater for the use at the time of scarcity of rains. I come from Jhunjhunu, a part of Rajasthan. I represented that constituency in Lok Sabha in 1989. We have some water, but the adjoining district, Churu, doesn't have that kind of water. I'll tell you an incident. A man from Churu came to the district to which I belong. He was surprised to see that water was going in narrow lanes जो बनाते हैं खेतों के लिए दोहरे. He thought, how can water be so aplenty? Because this is one natural resource where we have two extremes, plenty and scarcity. So what he did was, he put his hands like this and picked up some water. In the process, he looked around whether someone is looking at him. And then there was a peacock on the tree. And the peacock said in his own voice, Pihu. That's how the peacock sounds. And the man from Churu said, Pihu nahi, dekhu hu, pani chhod diya. That is the power of water. Friends, we are 1/6 of humanity, 18% of global population, but with only 2% of land and 4% of water. Therefore, it is our obligation to optimally use water resources. I am pained sometimes and disturbed. कुछ लोग कहते हैं मेरी मर्जी, मेरा पैसा, चाहे जितना पानी का मिल लूंगा, चाहे जितना पेट्रोल का मिल लूंगा. They forget our civilizational essence, our constitutional prescriptions, our fundamental duties, our directive principles. All converge on one aspect. Natural resources आप मन मर्जी से खर्च नहीं कर सकते. आपकी आर्थिक ताकत उसके काम में नहीं जा सकती. You are obliged as a citizen, as a responsible citizen, to utilize natural resources only to the extent you need. You can't engage into wastefulness, and dam is one particular aspect of it. It's a classic, reverberating instance of conservation of water and its most wholesome utilization. In recent years, particularly in Amrit Kal, there has been deserving focus on this sector. We had fewer than 300 dams in 1947, and in Amrit Kal we have surpassed it to 5,000. Honorable Minister says 6,000. Normally is not wrong, so I believe in that figure. This makes India the third largest country globally in terms of number of large dams. And look at our land percentage, 2. Our water resource percentage, 4. From every angle, it's a commendable performance. Guided by our civilizational mantra, जल ही जीवन है और जल नहीं तो कल नहीं. Honorable Minister said so. I am borrowing it from him. This is just not a slogan, it's a hard reality. I have been as a professional involved, D.K. Shivakumarji, with the interstate water disputes. And the beauty of these water disputes is they are greatest heaven for lawyers. They never result in a conclusion. Am I right? My good friend D.K. Shivakumar is feeling the heat of it. Am I right? Our framers of our constitution were alive to this very serious problem. And they therefore provided a mechanism under Article 262. I would urge the Honorable Minister, he is on test. He should bring an end to water disputes. He has the potential and capacity to do it. His own state to which I belong has water dispute with Haryana, water dispute with Punjab, and the disputes have lasted for decades and decades and decades. We have to find a way from that angle. A step in the right direction has been taken when there is a promise, Har Ghar Jal, but then you need water for it. The Honorable Chief Secretary knows Bisarpur. It's a lifeline. She must be under a lot of pressure from other areas. Give us Bisarpur water. But as a general preposition, they are asking for water from a dam. The more dams you have, more conservation of water you have. And there is a serious problem. like having a poor building, structurally poor, a poor dam, they become a liability in the long run. In a short run, they may turn out to be very attractive. And therefore, we must be alive to seismic aspect. And I'm not on the conventional scientific seismic impact. I am on a different level. Dam construction has to be extremely scientific. I need to congratulate the Honorable Minister, I know for a fact. A dam in one of our central states could have created havoc. No one had any idea what the designs are, how to tackle the problem. His intervention through good people in the ministry, he could find a way out. And lives were saved. A great contribution. This now he is formalizing. And it was a great moment when the government thought very rightly to have a separate ministry. The Honorable Minister got the honors to be the first minister. And then he has been armed by a statutory prescription of an enactment. And that enactment is an eye-opener. For the first time, the enactment focuses on safety. It also takes care of emergency situations, has some punitive measures, but more importantly, the Act has a lot of affirmative action-oriented mechanisms. And I'm sure all will be working in the right direction. I compliment all concerned and the Honorable Minister in particular for very successful completion of phase 1 of dam rehabilitation and improvement project. I am very optimistic. Phase 2 and 3 are also making good impact, and their success, given the past background, can be taken to be assured, and a great assurance to all of us that we are moving in the right direction. Friends, there was a time when in our country, if the meteorological department would say, today it will rain, the people were fully assured it will not rain today. They will not carry their umbrella. That was few decades ago. But what I've seen now, our meteorological department is so very accurate. Global leaders are taking their inputs as very valuable. I had the good fortune of being Governor State of West Bengal for 3 years, where we suffered several cyclones of huge intensity. वो बात अलग है कि माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ममता जी कहती थी कि वो मेरी वजह से आ रहे हैं. But that is on the lighter side. But let me tell you, friends, there was not a single mortality on high seas because of very accurate prediction. And the government, our state governments are extremely alive to the human issue. They shifted human beings, the livestock also, and everything was minimized on account of scientific input being made available. I am happy and delighted that the Honorable Minister has imparted a very significant spinal wing to this dam safety matter, scientific temper, scientific assessment. मुझे नहीं लगता, आपने तो कमाल किया गजेंद्र जी. जब वाइस प्रेसिडेंट बना तो कहा कि फुल मेडिकल चेकअप के लिए एम्स ले जाओ. मेरा पूरा मेडिकल चेकअप हुआ. कहा हर साल होगा. आई फेल्ट इलेटेड. अब मुझे पता लगा आप तो डैम का करा रहे हो. और सक्सेसफुली करा रहे हो, और ट्वाइस करा, यही करा हूं। An imminent failure should not bring issue to attention. वरना क्या है, साइक्लोन आ गया, नुकसान हो गया, तूफान आ गया, नुकसान हो गया, फ्लड आ गया, नुकसान हो गया, और सब रास्ता निकालने निकले। That is timely assistance, but indicative and reflective of very poor strategy. We must anticipate. We must work in advance. We must not be faced with challenges that can be contained by far-sighted approach of governance. That I am so glad is happening. Friends, I express my gratitude to all the experts, researchers and practitioners who have dedicated their lives into advancing the science and practice of dam safety. I have believed all my life in one aspect. Execution is not difficult. Execution can be done. But all that goes before execution, that is important. That has to emanate from out-of-box thinking, from innovative approach, from research. And that you people are well equipped to handle. Your work is indispensable and extremely critical to safeguarding the well-being of communities, ecosystems, and economies around the world. I wish you all a successful and productive international conference on dam safety in 2023. And I can assure you, before concluding, out of personal experience, the Honorable Minister is a very good host. And credit goes not to him, but to his family. Thank you so much.